They saying that you live in mud huts. They calling you slaves and cotton pickers. It's literally just stuff just going just so crazy. And what's so mind blowing to me is that ultimately everybody is just dumb.
Okay, now wait just 1 second, glasses.
Everybody is dumb. The South Africans saying that Black Americans don't have no culture is dumb. And then the Black Americans that's not listening to the grievances of the South Africans and then trying to explain that they do have a culture by listing out names such as Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks, you're also dumb. Like, everybody is dumb and nobody knows what words mean. And that's just really the main thing going on here.
You're a dummy, bitch.
Now, as a Black American, I can say that there are times where we need to take a step back and like realize the privilege that we have just on a global scale, right? Granted, within our own country, we are very oppressed. We like live under the boot of white supremacy. However, when we look at the world as a whole and the status of Black folks around the world, Black Americans do have a lot of privilege compared to other groups of Black folks. And I think that that's probably one of the main grievances with other Black folks in other countries and how they view us, right? That's why they call us colonizers, and that's why they like say that we're privileged, right? Because ultimately to them, we absolutely are. And I think that that's okay for us to kind of acknowledge that, but still also acknowledge that we are also an oppressed people.
But you gotta, you know, you gotta be strong, I guess.
But I will say that that's really hard to do when folks around the world are telling you that you don't have a culture, when that is literally the culture that makes the world go round. I've made plenty of videos on it, but Black American culture is the food you eat, the way you speak, the verbiage that you use, the movies you watch, the music you listen to. Literally, Black American culture influences everything around the world.
Oh, shit. And y'all sweep that shit right under the fucking rug.
If Black Americans don't have no culture, why is the YNs over in South Africa wearing Timbs and sagging their pants? If Black Americans don't have no culture, why do I see South African women with their edges swooped? Where did you get edges swooped from? Who have you seen swoop their edges? If Black Americans don't have no culture, it should be no reason why y'all over there wearing Jordans in the mud huts.
Why would she say that?
I just don't get it, but I will say that some of the memes that the South Africans was putting up was very hilarious, because what you mean you gonna put up this meme of Black culture and you got a basketball in there, you got a chicken wing, you got a gun, you got my bitch with her ass out, you got watermelons, you got Kool-Aid, you got some weed, and then you got an unk in the pyramid. It's like, why would y'all just throw all that in there and then got the nerve to have the shade room in there? The shade room is ran by an African. So if you mad at the shade room, I don't know who you mad at, because it ain't Black Americans. But this meme, why would y'all turn into white supremacists like that? Like,
Pardon me. Pardon me.